Our Law and Justice lead today, Democratic lawmakers spent about 90 minutes at a naval station near Chicago the Trump administration may use during the expected deployment of National Guard troops as part of the president's crackdown on crime as well as undocumented immigrants. Among the lawmakers at this naval station near Chicago was Senator Tammy Duckworth, who joins us now. Senator, tell us about the visit. You say Homeland Security officials fled and did not meet with you?
Exactly, Jake. We requested a meeting with them, and they actually locked up the building that they are borrowing from the Navy and gave all their people the day off and left. We have no idea where they were. Not a single one. It was crickets. The Navy did meet with us and answered our questions and really were very cooperative. But Homeland Security was not anywhere to be found.
What did you see at the base, and what are you expecting the Trump administration to do? Do you think that they're definitely going to deploy National Guard troops to Chicago?
I think it's a real possibility, but remember that this is all a distraction campaign from a president who is trying to scare Americans and trying to distract us from the failures of his administration. So I would think that the next time, bad economic data comes out, more Epstein victims testify, anything like that happens, then he's going to do something to try to distract us, and it's going to be something along these lines. We do know that ICE is coming. That is who's going to be at Great Lakes, but they are only getting office buildings. They're not going to get the barracks or any facilities to detain individuals, and we made it clear that that would not be acceptable.
You've called the possible deployment of the National Guard to Chicago a, quote, unwarranted, unwanted, and unjust move straight out of the authoritarian's playbook, unquote. Is there anything that you think Illinois officials or Democrats in Congress could do to stop it?
Well, no, because this president does not actually listen to the rule of law, right? All that we can do is to make sure that we set the standards for how they can be deployed. We can certainly push back as hard as we can, but Donald Trump will go to red state governors and deploy these National Guard men and women into the streets of other cities. And frankly, what's ironic is that many of the National Guard troops are coming from red states that have cities with far higher crime rates than Chicago. If the president wants to help us with crime, then he should perhaps give us back the $135 million that he diverted from Illinois for crime prevention.
I want to play something that Trump border advisor Tom Homan told reporters yesterday about an immigration raid he launched in Chicago earlier this year. You're going to hear him talk about TDA members. I know you know this, but for viewers out there, that's Tren de Aragua. That's a Venezuelan criminal gang. Let's roll that tape.
On the first day, we arrested like 9 TDA members. We arrested like 7 or 9 child sexual predators. We arrested 2 illegal aliens that had homicide convictions walking the street. We arrested TDA members that were selling pistols with the switch, which means the pistol's all fully automatic now. We made Chicago safer in one day.
Now, this is obviously different than deploying the National Guard. This is an ICE raid. Do you have an issue with the ICE raids going on in Chicago?
I have an issue with ICE intimidating individuals and arresting and showing up in masks and grabbing individuals off the streets and throwing them into unmarked vehicles. And by the way, the Trump administration's own data says that less than 15% of the people that ICE has grabbed off the streets of our cities and deported have actually had any type of a felony conviction. So the vast majority of people that they have grabbed and harassed are not people with felony convictions. Again, I am all for finding violent criminals and getting them off the streets of any of our cities. But you know what? The way to do that is to actually cooperate with our law enforcement and not divert funds away from law enforcement. Heck, they even diverted over $130 million from child protective programs. So if Trump truly wanted to fight crime, then he would work with the Chicago Police Department. The National Guard is not trained to do law enforcement duties. In fact, they don't even have the authority to arrest people. Even when they see a crime happening. So this is absolutely the wrong thing that he's trying to do.
Very quickly, as somebody who has actually fought and sacrificed in war, do you have a response to President Trump changing the name as he is from the Department of Defense to the Department of War?
Yeah, I think this is, again, this is a typical thing that Trump is doing. If he's going to be changing names of departments, maybe he should change it based on what he's doing to our country. How about the Department of Veterans Abandonment for the VA? How about the Environmental Polluting Agency, which is what he's doing to the EPA? How about the department formerly known as the Department of Justice? There's the Department of Worker Suppression for the Department of Labor. This is exactly what Trump is doing. He's trying to distract us, Jake. He's trying to distract us from his failures as president, from the economic data that is not going in his direction, from the fact that he just watched the dictators that he wanted to be like do these great parades that he would like to have had. He couldn't get Vladimir Putin to do what he wanted to do. And now he's got protests against what he's trying to do. And so he's trying to distract us.
Democratic Senator Tammy Duckworth from Illinois, thank you so much.
Thank you.